For the players.
The tyre is such an important part of your bike. It's the only part which touches the ground. And when you get that perfect combination, it's hard to beat. The Michelin tyres have been perfect for me. I've been running the DH22 on the front and the DH34 on the back, and it's a really good combination between grip and rolling speed. It's hard to find a tyre which has both the grip and the durability and not wear out. It means less tyre changing, less putting air in your tyres, less putting tyre sealant in your tyres, and it's just easier for me as a professional. It just does what I want it to do. It's not doing anything funny, and they've been durable. I've ridden them on some really rough terrain and I haven't had any punctures yet, but to last long as well, it's ideal really.
To move, so I make it harder. Think about it, so many people do be cool and look smarter.
Idea as to the route exactly where the fuel stops and lunch stops are, and that's a bit more accurate because the programme is a bit out of date because they changed the routes after the programme had gone to print this year, and hence the reason they don't have much detail for spectators in the programme, which is a pity. But they have put out information on the SSDT website, ssdt.org.
And they've got their app today this year, and they've got their own app.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, people who want to actually keep up to date with stuff.
Yeah, that's right. It doesn't work for me because my phone doesn't accept apps.
We've got a group of riders sort of starting with, I think it's about 248. They seem to be a team. Do you know them at all?
Yeah, I think it's 248. I think is George Erevian. I think it is. 247 is Paul Patterson Jr. Paul Senior is riding the Fantic this year for Mclennan organisation, and their connection is with Nevis Bakery locally here in Fort William, who have a plant or a production facility out at Annett.
Anybody you want to catch up with and have a chat to and find out how it's going?
Many riders about at the moment. They seem to have moved their work area
Yes, actually,
further
they're moved
round.
up behind us now. But
yeah, they're actually, and it's hurting my neck turning around here. Sitting the wrong way. There's nobody really that I can say that I could probably get a hold of it easily. Not really, not at the moment.
That's right.
A couple of foreign riders there, but I don't know if they speak English.
Maybe after 10 o'clock we'll have a look. So we're about 2 minutes away from 10 o'clock, so we'll have a look after that afterwards.
Cool.
And all the info to get in contact with us, the hashtags and all that sort of stuff. Do you want to do an update, Si?
Yeah, can do. Sorry, we're just working the video feed here.
Yeah, I know you
are. We're struggling. It's not wanting to play ball at the moment. Anyway, right. So how you can get in touch with us? You can message the studio on WhatsApp, or you can phone the studio on the same number, 01397 706 100. Alternatively, you can text us on 82228. Put Nevis at the start of your text. Text charged at your normal network rate for that one. You can email us at studio@nevisradio.co.uk, or you can get us on the social media. Just look up Nevis Radio Official on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. Facebook, Instagram and YouTube, and Twitter it's just Nevis Radio.
Come through, see what we're up to, and they say do comment, send pictures, photos, and the competition can take part in that as well. And do you know what? I've got to eat my words because the sun is coming out.
We do actually have some pictures, but I say we're trying to get our video feed working so we can actually show you them.
Yeah, it's a bit. I don't know what's happening. So we had a bit of gust of wind come through probably about half hour ago, and it's just seemed to knock things out of alignment. But the radio side is working fine, which is great. And so we'll get those videos up as soon as we can. But do send them through, and say stick your name on them, if what section it is. That would probably help us out when we actually try and queue things up. And next hour, we'll try and catch up with a couple of riders maybe. We'll go through the results and the competition as well. We'll reveal the winner for that. So that's coming up. And it's getting brighter. You were right, Mr. Moffat.
Definitely getting brighter. The sun's beginning to cut through the clouds at the moment.
Okay, will the clouds lift? Will we see blue sky? Will we see blue sky today?
I think Simon was trying to say something there, but I don't know what it was.
You see, we don't need people to tell us what section they are. You know everything. You'll know.
Well, yeah, I won't.
I'm not sure.
It is Nevis Radio. It is coming up to 10 o'clock. Come join us after this.
From 96 points.
for the players.
The tyre is such an important part of your bike. It's the only part which touches the ground. And when you get that perfect combination, it's hard to beat. The Michelin tyres have been perfect for me. I've been running the DH22 on the front and the DH34 on the back, and it's a really good combination between grip and rolling speed. It's hard to find a tyre which has both the grip and the durability and not wear out. It means less tyre changing, less putting air in your tyres, less putting tyre sealant in your tyres, and it's just easier for me as a professional. It just does what I want it to do. It's not doing anything funny, and they've been durable. I've ridden them on some really rough terrain and I haven't had any punctures yet, but to last long as well, it's ideal really.
Cause you woke up in the morning with initiative to move, so I make it harder. Hold back, think about it, so many people do be cool and look smooth. The world time has come to. Cause you woke up in the morning with initiative to move, so I make it harder. Hold back, think about it, so many people do be cool and look smooth. The world time has come to.
There you go. I'm not going to do that anymore. 3 minutes past 10 is the time. So you're still tinkering out there trying to get the streaming going on the video side of things?
I think we've got a working system. It's just not 100%, but it is running. So we're just going to have to go with it, I think.
It'll be better when the sun comes fully out. It's actually beginning to peek its way in through the clouds here. And they did say it would dry up later on. Right?
I can actually see down almost to the Coroneros. Blimey.
Yeah, you can.
That's the first time today.
The mist has lifted down the Loch Linney, and we can see right down to the Corran Ferry now. Brilliant.
Long may it last.
Exactly.
Also, while you guys are having a chat, just a quick mention, big thank you to Anthony getting in touch. He's loving our footage and efforts this year, so thanks very much for your comments there too.
Yeah, really appreciate it. As you said, Si, even good, bad comments, we can sort of learn. Evolve.
Develop more cool ideas.
Okay, we'll say that. That's fair enough. What we'll do is we can do the weather, play a tune for Mr. Moffat.
Oh, right, okay. Caught me on the hop there.
I know.
I'll have to give this a little bit of thought. Let me think.
Sorry. You got a lot of tunes. How many weeks are we here for?
Just a couple. Just a couple.
Well,
what about, how long do you need it for? 4 minutes? 4 minutes 24? How about Foreigner, Urgent?
Oh,
That means I've got to try and remember how to type
we
it.
got that one on there.
I've typed in Fergent for some reason.
No.
Virgin?
Yeah, I went to type foreigner and I started
Real
typing
gardener
urgent.
needs if it's virgin.
F-O-R-E-I-G-N-E-R.
Right, I don't think we have that.
I don't know
Oh,
that
right,
one.
I'll get you another one then.
That's not one of them.
You've been here 3 days, you've not played Brian May yet. Usually you pick Brian May at some
No,
point.
don't put
But
ideas in his head. He's got a
that's
list.
it, you see. What
Look at that.
about
God, cracky.
Thin Lizzy, Don't Believe a Word?
Just talk amongst you. You do that. What was it called again?
Thin Lizzy, Don't Believe a Word.
Yeah, we can do that. We can
Okay.
do that. Are we doing weather first?
Yeah, weather first.
Right, okay. Nothing like sorting this out on the fly, is there?
It's fine. It's live radio and we're grateful with you. Yeah, we love it. Come on.
Okay.
Today's weather on Nevis Radio. Brought to you by Thistle Access.
A damp start with some light rain. That is easing off very slowly. We're going to come dry with bright spells. The best of the bright towards the maximum high is 15 degrees centigrade, 59 Fahrenheit. Tonight, mainly dry this evening, although thickening cloud will bring patchy rain to the Western Isles and West Coast by midnight. The rain developing more wildly as we head into Thursday. Minimum overnight low, 6 degrees centigrade, 43 on the old Fahrenheit.
That was today's weather on Nevis Radio. Brought to you by Thistle Access.
For the players.
The tyre is such an important part of your bike. It's the only part which touches the ground. And when you get that perfect combination, it's hard to beat. The Michelin tyres have been perfect for me. I've been running the DH22 on the front and the DH34 on the back, and it's a really good combination between grip and rolling speed. It's hard to find a tyre which has both the grip and the durability and not wear out. It means less tyre changing, less putting air in your tyres, less putting tyre sealant in your tyres, and it's just easier for me as a professional. It just does what I want it to do. It's not doing anything funny, and they've been durable. I've ridden them on some really rough terrain and I haven't had any punctures yet, but to last long as well, it's ideal really.
To move, so I make it harder. Think about it, so many people do be cool and look smart. The world time has come to. Cause you woke up in the morning with initiative to move, so I make it harder. Think about it, so many people do be cool and look smart. The world time has come to. In the morning with initiative to move, so I make it harder. Think about it, so we can cool and look smart. The world time has come to. Cause you woke up in the morning with initiative to move, so I make it harder. Think about it, so we can cool and look smart. The world time has come to. You woke up in the morning with initiative to move, so I make it harder. Think about it, so we can cool and look smart. The world time has come to.
The men were right. Well, the weather ladies. The weather people.
Weather people.
Sean Batty.
Yeah, he's probably there somewhere.
Yeah, that as well.
Bring back Michael Fish.
Yeah, well, what we've got is some scores now, provisional results from the Tuesday run on the Scottish 6 Days Trial 2022 here in Fort William. We've got the Scottish riders, Scottish licence holders in the lead at the moment, and the Scottish riders is Duncan McCall, number 77 on a beta on 15 March. Second is Joe Dawson on a TRRS on 44 March, lost in 32. In third position is Malcolm Summers from Kenneway in Fife. riding number 194 in a Sherco, is also riding under the Army, and it says on 68 marks lost. Andrew Anderson is in 4th position on 70 marks. He's from Mclennan on a Scorpa. Ross Murray from Tain, he's on 200, rider number 262, he's on 77 marks. Lewis Byron from Milton of Campsie near Glasgow, rider number 78 on a Beta, is on 80. Local rider, local rider at the moment is Callum Murphy from Ballachulish on 22, rider number 22, he's on 83 marks. Then comes in 8th position another local rider, Matthew Weir, number 47 on 87 marks. In 9th position is from Banavy originally, is number 88 on a Beta, is on 94 marks lost. And then Jordan Hayes from just outside Inverness, Tomatin, he's on rider 21 in 10th position on 95 marks. So those are the Scottish riders and local riders. The actual results themselves for the trial overall, let me see now, for Tuesday the 3rd of May, that was yesterday. In the lead, joint first position at the moment is James Dable and Dougie Lampkin, both on 3 marks. James is on a Beta and Dougie Lampkin's on a Vertigo. Jack Peace, rider 210, he's on 3rd position on 4 marks. Michael Brown in 4th position, number 114, he's on 5. On 6 marks in 5th place is Dan Peace, rider 211. Billy Green, rider 33, is in 6th position on 7, as is Dan Thorpe on the Gas, rider 229. Richard Sadler on a Vertigo is on 7 marks lost in 8th position. In 9th position is Guy Kendrew, who got a late entry, rider 235. He's on 7 marks. And in 10th position, Ross Danby, riding the TRRS, Spanish-made machine, rider 124. He's on 9 marks and holding 10th position. Tomorrow we'll have an interview live with the TRRS importer down in Gloucester. That's Steve Saunders, a 4 times winner of the Scottish 6 Days Trial and 10 times British Trials champion. So Steve will be joining us here at 10 o'clock tomorrow, that's Thursday. We'll also have at 8 o'clock in the morning tomorrow, we'll have Gary MacDonald coming in to see us for a few minutes before he sets off for work. Gary, of course, has been almost a winner of the Scottish 6 Days Trial on several occasions and is the highest placed Scottish Trials rider since 1935. That's almost 90 years ago. Is the highest placed Scottish rider in the Scottish 6 Days Trial.
Are we going to be looking at some videos or anything like that? Are we up to that stage at the moment?
We haven't got videos today, but we do have some pictures if you've got a screen in front of you.
Right, maybe John can go up to the screen.
Yesterday.
There'll be some pictures coming up there very, very shortly, apparently.
Okay.
We got sent some pictures from, let's see if we can get the name right, is it Mikey Palmer?
Mikey Palmer, yeah, local lad, he takes lots of pictures.
He sent us some pictures, so what we've done is we've stuck them on our Twitter feed under the hashtag SSDT 2022.
Okay.
So we thought we'd just show you a couple of pictures and you can maybe see if you identify the sections and give us a rundown of what's...
Many sections nowadays because I'm too busy following folk round, but I'll see what I can do.
Very, very. It is 10:15 on Wednesday at that. Here we are. Yes, me. Sorry, don't worry. And so there'll be some pictures coming up very soon, which John's going to have a look at. Do come through all the tweets and feeds and that. They send things like that. And we'd love to sort of see what you're seeing, because we just get it down here. We don't sort of get the full atmosphere. But for what you can do, we can share it.
No, so we did have plans to do something about that, but it just wasn't achievable, so I gather. Yeah. So we're kind of going to...
A work in progress. So we've got a couple of pictures coming up. They should be on their way very shortly. Right. There you go.
Looks very much like Joe Spivey. I don't have the list in front of us. That is taken at the first section at Lagnaha down at Kentallon, the final group of the day on the Monday. So nice picture of Joe, I think it is, in a TRRS1, and that's at Lagnaha. That's the one that's up just now. Now this looks like Linekin, and that is rider number 73, which is Emma Bristow, who's 7 times Women's World Trials Champion on the factory Sherco. And just in the corner on the left, you see the rider with the crash helmet. That's another lady competitor. That's Chloe Richardson from Skibby near Richmond, North Yorkshire.
Nice pictures.
There's nice pictures of Mikey Palmer. He takes some really good pictures.
And we're back to us.
And
We're back to
us
you.
now. I can't see me, but we're
Wait, turn around the other way. Turn around the other way.
yeah.
A nice close-up then. Go on and have you in front of the TV. There you go. There you go. Look at that.
That's what I really look like, folks. Yeah, that's me.
Are you sure it's you?
It is me. Yeah, I've got a Michelin hat on. I can identify myself with the hat. Yeah, very good. So you're looking at yourself, looking at me, looking at me, looking at me. That's how it works.
Oh my goodness! It's like a 70s
when you film it yourself on a monitor.
A rainbow! Look, we got a rainbow across the lock. Look at that!
Oh wow, you're right.
Now you're right
behind us.
Look at that. Whether it'll come out on the camera.
Rainbow showing us from the old ferry boat out there that's been moored out there for many years, right across a yacht. A nice little rainbow there.
Four seasons in one day, they say, and they're not mistaking that one today, I'll tell you.
No bad weather here, you know.
No
bad weather.
No.
Inappropriate clothing.
That's what they say, isn't it?
Yeah. I think Billy Connolly said that, didn't he?
Yeah, so their sun's come out, that's going to ruin them in there because that shines on all of their screens. So the sun's good, but not for them. Now look, see, this is what goes on behind the scenes.
Yeah, that's right. Of course, we've got a nice tan because we've got a red awning up.
Yes, it brings lovely colour, doesn't it?
Gives a bright colour to the face, that does. It looks as though we've been sunbathing all week.
A reminder of the competition, our final one for today, then we'll pick a winner in about 10 minutes' time. Can we do that?
The competition for today is which tyres does the electric motorcycle use? That's the first question. And the prize is a goodie bag and a brolly. And the second question was who won the 2000 edition of the Scottish 6 Days Trial? That was year 2000. That was the millennium, I should say, not the centenary.
Yeah.
Who won that trial? There's a bit of.
I love the team behind the scenes.
There's a bit of workings going on here. It's all happening down here in the car park.
God,
so
bloody.
For those that are actually just not up spectating particularly, but those that are taking a bit of tourism up in Fort William and Loch Harbour just now, this is the Scottish 6 Days Open Reliability Motorcycle Trial that you're seeing running about the roads of Loch Harbour at the moment. So if you're tuning to Nevis Radio locally and you see a lot of motorcycles on the road, that's why. And they're actually not the sort of motorcycles you normally see nipping about. They've not got headlights on or anything.
There's a lot of people in official Sherco jackets. Are they sort of just visiting for today, do you know?
I think they're actually mechanics.
Oh, they're the
from
mechanics.
Sherco, actually, that they've popped in to have a look round. Malcolm Rathmo, a former winner of the Scottish 6 Days Trial in 1973 and 1979. His first win was on a Bultaco Sherpa, 73, and then in 79 he was in Montesa. He's the importer for Sherco motorcycles from Spain.
We've got a few more riders. Is there anybody you want to sort of chat up with and get their view on how it's going so far? Looking down the line there.
Yeah, there's a rider
Here,
actually behind
John,
me at the
this
moment.
One. John, back here.
Oh, sorry.
It's all right.
Sorry, I thought
You'll get the hang of this.
I want to interview this gentleman because he's quite an entertaining individual.
The socks all wet.
You can come in here if you like. It would be nice, but face the camera.
John, how are you doing?
Mr. Gary Mclennan. Now, Gary, you're riding an unusual bike this year. You're not on a 200 beta. You're on something a little bit older, let's say.
A Fantic 200, 1982 Fantic 200.
Now, you're doing this for a particularly good reason and benefit.
We're trying to raise money for the Mclennan nurses. We're up to, I think it's 8,200 with a target of 10,000 by the end of the week. So I know there's a lot of wealthy people out there getting your wallets.
Now, you're doing this for a specific reason, Gary. You've got a personal interest in this as well.
Oh, they've been very good to my wife, John. You know, and they do a great job. You know, you phone them at all hours of the day. They pick up the phone, what have you. They're not getting paid. You've got hours of work and what have you. So they do a great job and they're worth every penny. So the pain I'm going through in that bike's nothing next to what they do. They do a better job.
Absolutely right, and you're raising all this money for them. And it's been a long time in the planning because you wanted to do this, I think, last year, but there was no trial.
We've been planning, yes, last year as well, but it's on this year and it's been very good, John, so far. Tough, but very, very good. You know,
Quite rewarding.
it wouldn't be the Scottish if it wasn't tough, and you know, you're going home in pain every night, you know, so it's all good.
Now, have you asked for many fives in the Fantic?
Unbelievably, I think my score's as good on the Fantic as it would be in the monoshock. No 10s or anything like that. Yeah, I've had a few 5s, but I've never asked for any or anything like that. No, it's been very good.
And you're riding round with Paul Patterson?
No, Paul's 40 minutes in front of me. So as if he gets a puncture, I'll be coming along to fix his puncture.
That's the plan.
I'm the backup mechanic at the back, you know, so that was that. And I'm enjoying having a seat this year, John. It's actually very comfortable on the road, the old Fantic. It's got its advantages. And I don't have to stop at every fuel stop, every second fuel stop. It's like the BP tanker, the boys are calling it.
So we've now got to call you, instead of Gary the Fish, Gary Retro.
That's right, yeah. I think there's a few boys out there calling me the Avalanche Squad. I rearranged a few sections yesterday.
Brilliant.
How can people give to your cause? How can they get hold of you?
There's a Just Giving page.
Yep.
A Just Giving page on Facebook.
Yep.
John, John, do you know how to do it? The Just Giving page on Facebook. I'll get everybody to share it again. John, if you could share it again
We'll
today.
stick it on Nevis Radio, so we can do that, can't we, Si?
That would be absolutely brilliant. Thank you very much, guys.
Well, maybe you can bring your bike forward and actually look how things have evolved over the years in a little while.
Oh, yes.
Quite interested to see the older vehicle.
Yeah, no problem at all.
They've evolved a lot. I've just got to keep the bike together till Saturday because I've got a huge trial coming up at Alvey Estate. A 2-day.
Oh, that little one.
I think I'll have to take the disc brake off the front and stuff like that, though.
An electric start.
That's right, aye, easy start.
So Gary Mclennan, thanks very much.
Thank you very much, John. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Gary Mclennan, local lad.
A bit more, then that would be well worth a cause. As I say, it's a great charity.
Yeah, absolutely, and obviously you can gather that Gary's wife, Christina's gone through the mill recently and had a lot of support from the Mclennan nurses, etc., which is the way it tends to work, yeah.
And they're there from day one, and I also have been involved in it myself, and directly you get diagnosed and you need a little bit of help, they give you advice. It may not be somebody sitting with you, but they can put you in touch with people to help you make your life a bit better. And
that's right.
That bit
yeah, very good.
That's what you need.
It's very good, very well. Good service altogether, yeah. So that's what they're raising money for, so we'll hopefully get you some links for that as well.
Exactly. Now, so the car park, it's sort of empty our end, but there's a few just along the wall there. So there must be, a good 100 and something still to go down there?
Yeah, there's still quite a number of riders to go off yet. There's one or two pulled out. I see that number 1 is out since yesterday. That's Lewis Bell in one of the TYZ Yamahas. So I don't know what's actually happened, but he apparently has pulled out the trial. So there were a couple of retirements.
So it may not be the machine which is the issue.
I don't know. I have no idea. I just noticed last night, looking through some stuff, that Lewis had retired. So I'll maybe find out later on as to what's gone wrong there. So we'll see.
Right, I think we need a tune.
Good idea.
That'll be my job then.
Yeah, can we have some Nazareth?
I guess so.
N-A-Z.
I was going to say, it's quite fitting because people still haven't filled in their census, but that was Jerusalem, wasn't it?
Broken Down Angel.
Yeah, we can do that.
And then come back and we'll sort of have a look at a route today very quickly, but let's see what's happening tomorrow. Best places to go so people get prepared. And then we'll start winding up for 11 o'clock.
That's
with you live and exclusive here.
Well,
totally free.
Obviously, you're joining this competition very soon, so last minute entries, if you want to get them in, you can WhatsApp us or message or phone the studio on 01397 706 100. Text us on 82228, put Nevis at the start, text charge at your normal network rate for that. Email the studio at studio@nevisradio.co.uk or find us on social media on Facebook, Instagram and YouTube at Nevis Radio Official with our live video feed on the YouTube, or find us on Twitter at Nevis Radio as well.
Oh, we're there, we're out there.
We're out there somewhere.
We're out there with the youngsters.
Nazareth it is.
Yes.
For the players.
The tyre is such an important part of your bike. It's the only part which touches the ground. And when you get that perfect combination, it's hard to beat. The Michelin tyres have been perfect for me. I've been running the DH22 on the front and the DH34 on the back, and it's a really good combination between grip and rolling speed. It's hard to find a tyre which has both the grip and the durability and not wear out. It means less tyre changing, less putting air in your tyres, less putting tyre sealant in your tyres, and it's just easier for me as a professional. It just does what I want it to do. It's not doing anything funny, and they've been durable. I've ridden them on some really rough terrain and I haven't had any punctures yet, but to last long as well, it's ideal really.
Cause you woke up in the morning with initiative to move, so I make it harder. Hold back, think about it, so many things do be cool and look smart. The world time has come to. Cause you woke up in the morning with initiative to move, so I make it harder. Hold back, think about it, so many things do be cool and look smart. The world time has come to. Cause you woke up in the morning with initiative to move, so I make it harder. Hold back, think about it, so many things do be cool and look smart. The world time has come to. In the morning with initiative to move, so I make it harder. Think about it, so many things do be cool and look smart. The world time has come to. Cause you woke up in the morning with initiative to move, so I make it harder. Think about it, so many things do be cool and look smart. The world time has come to.
There we are back. We've got a 6-day trial now. We're sort of coming back a little bit early because Gary McDonald were chatting to a bit earlier on. He's in Parc Ferme. He's brought his bike forward, so John's going to sort of explain twin shocks, mono shocks, and what the difference is actually on the bikes.
Yeah, well, here we are with Gary Mclennan's bike. I think you can see it now in the monitor. Gary's just doing a quick tighten up of the spokes and pump on the back tyre there. As you can see, I was saying about the fuel stops. The fuel tank on the Fantech 200 is much larger than the modern type of bikes, which have got perimeter frames and the tank sits in between the frame. So you've got quite a few more litres in here in a plastic fuel tank polypropylene. It's an air-cooled engine, 200 cc's, based on a Minarelli design. Galorto carburetor, but you can see the whole frame is totally different now to the modern bikes, which tend to abbreviate around here and have a dip in the middle with no seat as such. But the Fantic has a proper seat, so it's nice and level here, so as he was saying, he gets a nice ride along. He's put modern forks on it with a front disc brake just to upgrade the machine to current spec. He'll be reverting back to the drum brake for the Highland Classic 2-day on the 11th and 12th of June. But of course the main difference is the rear suspension, which is a swinging arm suspension with 2 shock absorbers at the rear, whereas nowadays it has normally the bikes now have an aluminium swing arm which has a linkage system in around this area here. Wheels, etc., pretty much standard as to what they are on the modern bikes, and it's running on a tubeless tyre with a tubeless rim. But the rest of the bike is pretty much standard as it was back in 1984, 82 to 84 when they produced this machine in Italy. The Fantic brand is still going, but they don't produce trials bikes. They're more into enduros and off-road machines. But as you can see, quite a bit of difference between this bike here, the Fantic, and the Beta at the back that Gavin's riding, which has a water-cooled engine and the monoshock suspension, disc brakes front and back, whereas this one has a drum brake, a Gramica rear brake, which was standard back in the day when it was made by Fantic Motor. So there it is, and of course his advert here, Gary's car valeting of Fort William. So anyway, best of luck to him.
What sort of difference in weight between that bike and the one behind you, maybe?
Wee bit heavier than the Beta, obviously. There's a bit more weight because there's more components on it. You've got twin shocks, so you've doubled up the weight of that, because nowadays the single shock is quite a small unit just underneath where you would say the seat. And of course, as I said, it's nice to sit down in these bikes on the road. They're a lot more comfortable to ride than the modern ones. 6-speed gearbox, but still a useful trials bike, and now being used in twin shock classic events more so, and that's what Gary will be doing in June, riding in the Highland Classic. So best of luck to Gary there, who's just getting his card from one of the officials here, Dave Austin from the Deep South, and that's him getting his time card, just getting ready to go off, and that's rider number 285, Gary Mclennan.
Have a good day, Gary. Have a good one.
So there you are. That's the difference between the slightly older bikes, taking you back.
So what year was that, you say?
1980. 80s. Well, they made them between about 1982 to 1985 when they brought out the Progress 1, the 241 and the 301 and the 241. Okay. The 241 was a 212 sized engine. That's the smaller one. That's I think it was about a 196 or something like that. That was a 200, and they had the 201, the 241, and the 301 Fantics, which had the single shock suspension system.
Will it start first kick?
Probably, I would say. So we'll soon find out.
This is telling time. No pressure for him.
John, see how you remember all this stuff?
Third kick. Yes, yeah. Sorry, Si.
You know how you remember all this stuff?
Uh-huh.
See when you go shopping for the other half, do you remember all the things?
Well, I don't go shopping very often, to tell you the truth. Tend to leave that to my other half, who's much, much more organised than me when it comes to getting messages in.
I will say that chat we're doing about Sammy Miller.
Yeah.
It's totally unscripted. He was just standing in the middle of the car park here talking out of his memory, all those facts, figures. It is quite impressive, got to be honest.
I should have written it down, but I didn't need to.
Didn't need to. No, it's amazing.
Well,
it's
when
time
you
to pick a winner.
Pick a winner. Oh, right.
I was going to get my glitzy jacket on. I've got one of those somewhere.
For the goodie bag and the umbrellas.
Yes. How many inches have we had, Mr. Simon Abley?
Not as many today. I think you made it a bit trickier today. So we got 11.
11? Oh, that's not bad. It's okay.
So I'll let you pick this first this time.
First, I'll go for...
We haven't given the answers yet.
Oh, yeah, the answers. Yeah, well, the tyres that are used on the electric motion motorcycle, which there's 2 this year at the Scottish 6 Days, they are running on Michelin tyres. So that's the correct answer.
Are they exactly the same tyres these other bikes are on?
Yeah, that's right. Same tyres, same size, no difference at all.
See, I think people have been paying attention, because not only have you got Michelin tyres, I've had people telling me that they are Michelin X11 off-road tyres.
Yes, that's right. In the Scottish, they tend to use that particular model of rear tyre, the X11, as opposed to the X-Lite, which has got a slightly, well, it's a lighter tyre and not as robust for the Scottish. I'm not saying they're not robust, because they are, but the fact is the Scottish riders prefer the X11 Trials 400/18 tyre as opposed to the X-Lite, which is it's got a different sidewall on it. So that's the difference. Yep.
And the answer to question 2?
The answer to the question 2, who won the 2000 Scottish 6 Days Trial? That was the Millennium, and it was Steve Colley on a gas. But we'll take Steve Colley, who's a multiple winner of the Scottish 6 Days Trial.
There you go.
So
Excellent.
there's the answer. So,
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to go with the bike which is standing in front of me. I'm going to give you first choice numbers. I was going to go for that one right in front of me. So
well,
it's
I would go for there's 11 in total, so I'll go for number 8.
Right.
I'm going to go for number 2.
Okay, that would be Gary Sinclair and Ali Morrison.
Very good.
Well done to you guys.
Congratulations,
I've got to
guys.
figure out which media they got in touch with me now and get back to them.
Then we can have your goodie bag down here. We can pick it up from our studio on the Ben Nevis Industrial Estate here in Fort William, depending where you are.
Yep.
So if you let us know, we'll get it sorted out for you, and either pick it up later today from the studio or tomorrow morning from us at Parc Ferme.
Sounds good. Also, since we've got a bit of time, so I don't know what else you guys have got planned. What's having for lunch today? We've not
We've not had lunch for 2 days.
Well, I have had lunch, but
Already?
I'm picking it up as I go out of Fort William because of the timings, because they tend to follow my son, and he's number 97. Of course, he was away first today. I think it's the first time he's done this in 3 attempts at the Scottish, actually being the leader for the day, if you like, the first man out the car park and first man to the sections. So because of that, I'm actually picking the lunch up as I go, but I will be back to standard lunches tomorrow.
Okay.
We've done all you're just ashamed after the first day when you got your lunchbox and then you haven't shown any since.
Yeah. It was pretty similar last couple of days, and of course I've got my
filling,
flask.
Meat every day for you?
Meat this week, yeah, but I've been handed a piece of cheese when I go home at night. I don't know why.
You do like a bit of cheese.
Yeah, I don't know why.
protein and fat.
Yeah, I know. I've got to watch these things. I've got to watch my weight and everything. So just a slice of cheese when I went home last night. I just seem to be handed it when I go in the door. It's obviously a leftover from something or other. So and of course I've been eating or drinking yogurt.
Yes. As you pulled out your pocket, the old wrapping which is still on our
Yes,
table.
a sachet of yogurt with a built-in sort of
Didn't you
straw.
know they did them? Sachets of yogurts?
Yogurt,
Oh, they
very
do.
nice.
The kids like them. Right, I've got a few messages here as well. I'm just having a look. Josie's been in touch to say enjoying the footage. She entered today's competition, or he, I don't know who. Also, Anthony's asking, he's still waiting to hear John Moffat's rendition of Love Me Tender.
Well, actually, I've moved on from that.
All right.
Yeah, that was in Trials and Motocross Tuesday. They did a feature on Nevis Radio's coverage of the Scottish 6 Days. But the song that's actually going through my head just now came about by accident. I don't know if you've got it on the system, but it's a. If you do have it, I would like to put it on at some time to just a little bit of a shout out to the Newcastle-based North East lads that are riding in the Scottish 6 Days Trial. Keep your feet still, Geordie Hinney.
No, it's not our
I'm
system.
going to say probably not, no.
No, I thought you might have it with one of these programmes that you have later on in the evenings. You know, the sort of Scottish sort of, not the Scottish sort of things,
No.
but you know what I mean?
Something a bit more specialised.
I don't know what the genre is. It's
Well, you're
not.
choosing Thursday evenings for that one, and I'm sure you could request it.
Yeah, it is available. I don't know how you get these things, but it's there's several artists have done
Right,
it.
I'll get the details and we'll try and find that one.
Alex Glasgow was one of the artists that sung
dear,
it,
oh
but
dear.
it's a traditional northeast song. Keep your feet still, Geordie
So
Hinney.
is that your new song you're singing? then?
It's going through my head.
Do you know
Sounds
the
like
first
one of
line?
them. It sounds like a CD you buy from a petrol station.
No,
sounds
it's a
worse than that.
traditional old song. It's very old. I mean, it goes back to like 1800s or something.
Oh,
But-
got some of that on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there they are.
Fancy it.
There's a challenge for you. Find that song.
Sorry, I missed what you said there.
Yeah.
Sorry, it goes back to the 1800s.
Right, can somebody just take a note of that title and what it is, please? What is it called again?
Keep your feet still, Geordie Hinney.
Right.
I'm sure Dan's got it because he's sort of that sort
Dan's
of culture.
got
That's the
weird
sort of
music.
thing.
Yeah, I'll get it out of Dan's record collection.
Yeah.
That'd be fine. We can do that. Right, so they're the winners for today's competition. Another one's coming up. Thanks for our sponsors for those prizes. It's a nice little goodie bag, actually. Some nice stuff in there.
I haven't actually seen inside it. I saw the box arriving.
Yes.
I saw the brollies arriving because of the
You've just seen all the eyes. Oh, there's a box of goodies.
Yeah, there was a box of goodies and also the Michelin and Motor X Oil of Switzerland brollies,
That's nice
of which the
goodies.
little lad George Waring put up immediately when he walked out earlier because it was
Yeah.
hosing it down. And his little sister Ruby, who rides a pink Osset. So they were stars for today down here at Nevis Radio.
I'll tell you what, can we have a quick tune, then come back, we'll do a route plan then for the final update for today, look at tomorrow's route plan.
Yep.
And sort of take it up to the hour. Could we have some watermelon crawl, please?
What?
Watermelon. Put watermelon in there.
Watermelon. Yeah. Okay.
Tracy Bird.
Oh, it's in the country file. That's why I've never seen it.
This could be an education. There you go.
Right.
Do this, come back, any ads we got, and then we'll do a roundup for the day.
Okay.
For the players.
The tyre is such an important part of your bike. It's the only part which touches the ground. And when you get that perfect combination, it's hard to beat. The Michelin tyres have been perfect for me. I've been running the DH22 on the front and the DH34 on the back, and it's a really good combination between grip and rolling speed. It's hard to find a tyre which has both the grip and the durability and not wear out. It means less tyre changing, less putting air in your tyres, less putting tyre sealant in your tyres, and it's just easier for me as a professional. It just does what I want it to do. It's not doing anything funny, and they've been durable. I've ridden them on some really rough terrain and I haven't had any punctures yet, but to last long as well, it's ideal really.
The 6-day trial.
It is the final section of day 3 for us, so we're on till 11 o'clock. It's just come up to 15 and a half minutes to 11.
Yeah, it's incredible how quickly it's passed this morning. It's been
getting quicker.
Showery rain, and then now
Yeah.
dropped a bit of.
I don't know what you're doing. I don't know.
I'm holding it further down. I think I was cutting it off myself.
We
Sorry.
had this lesson on Monday, didn't we?
Yeah.
Microphone technique.
Yeah,
lesson
microphone.
1.
I had training. If I put my fingers over the bottom of the mic, it cuts it off. It must be distributing the signal.
Yeah, what are you trying to say now?
Don't know.
What have you been sucking on during the ad breaks? I don't know. We've got the route cards for today and tomorrow in front of you. Let's have a look at today's
Yeah,
route.
route for today. They've been out up to Callart off beyond Blarneyfolshire, up the Lundavra Road out of Fort William, over to Lower Mamore at Glencoe, so I presume there'll be a few spectators there, or at Papa Glencoe, another favourite, up just above Glencoe. Then they go down into, or onto the A82, down Glencoe, Lafay. Beyond that, they then go down the Glenetiv Road, which the organisers have requested that spectators and service crews don't follow them down. the Glen Edhive Road. They have reappeared down at Appin, at the south of Loch Linnhe, and they do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 groups, which is Group F, Appin itself, 2 sections. The first rider should be there in about an hour's time, or less than an hour, 3/4 of an hour actually, at 11:30. The Kinloch Lake, first rider there at 11:50, Group G, and then you've got Group H, which is Glen Stockdale, which has been in for a few years now. 2 sections there. A further 2 sections at Glen Muckrach. The first rider will be there about 12:20. Then up to Salachen. The rider will be there within 10 minutes roughly, according to the running time. And then the last section of the day, Group K, which is 4 sections at Bilach. First rider will be there at around about 1:45, and he should be back in Fort William for around about 2 o'clock, we would imagine, or thereby. The Thursday's route, tomorrow we will have on the station at 8 o'clock Gary MacDonald, and at 10 o'clock we'll have Steve Saunders in to have a word with us. Thursday's route, they go out to Group A, which is out at Sleach, which is on the West Highland Way, and then down to the Kennels. Now that's just at Kinloch Leven. It was part of an estate, and it was where they used to keep the dogs in the kennels. 2 sections there. It's been used this year already by the Pre-65 trial. Then out, and they do Pap of Glencoe again, according to the map at Group C. Then down to Clachaig, near the Clachaig Inn, and then down the A82 past the old favourite Altnafay. They're not using it this year, but they're using Group E, which is 2 sections at Chairlift. That's the White Corries chairlift, and then over the old General Wade Military Road to Group F, Bar House, an old favourite there. Then down the 82 for a bit, then the cut-off left, in through the farm of Achalader, scene of many a Scottish 6 days trial, when the tenant farmer Duncan Smith lived there, to G, Gorton, an old favourite, over to H at Dunnan, and then up to Group H at Carrour on the Carrour estate, then up over the hill to Ferset, which is a big group there, spectator friendly group at Ferset. Takes you about an hour to walk up, and that's 6 sections there at Ferset. That's tomorrow's route on the Thursday, that'll be the 5th of May.
There you go.
Can I just jump in before you
start?
start?
Weird stuff happening. It's weird.
Obviously, for tomorrow's route being mainly focused across Rannochmore and Glencoe, you should still be able to continue your listening online with Nevis Radio via our app on iOS and Android, and also you should be able to get us on 97.0 in that area as well.
You see, we expanded the... we didn't expand it, we went back to what you were originally when we set up many years ago.
Yeah, it's not been working since, 2005?
Yeah, exactly.
So we brought that back through the middle of COVID. So you can actually get us through Glencoe on 97.0. So you should be able to get us right across Rannochmore, I believe.
Brilliant. Sounds good to me.
Yeah, on your FM signal.
Can't be bad.
Very good stuff. Where are we up to? We're up to rider 12 at the moment going, so we've sort of gone back down to the double figures now, because I was trying to explain earlier, is it 49 riders in between each day?
Yeah, roughly 49 riders each day moves forward, so hence we're on day 3, so rider number 97 was first away today, Stephen Moffat, and then there's another 49 will go forward tomorrow. Rider number 29, Will McBain, that was the rider who unfortunately couldn't get his vertigo to start Monday, wouldn't start at all, and it was something to do with an airlock in the system after having been at the parade, the way it was filled up. So he got it sorted at vertigo and was able to continue without any further problems. So it's, yeah, the early numbers as of the Monday are going out. I think it's rider number 13 just coming up to start now, so if you're listening in, Jack Savage, son of Fred Savage, one of the hardy annual observers here, and Fred also rode the Scottish 6 days many times. Andy Chilton just coming into the car park there, so it must be getting near his time as well. So as I say, number 13 Jack Savage on the gas just getting ready to go, and it'll only take him a minute or so now till he's off.
Is there a favourite day where the riders would look forward to? Does that sound a silly question?
Well, normally the Friday is a bit more on the roads. There's not so much rough country to negotiate. That's the road run day, the road trip day out on the Moidart Peninsula, which is an old favourite. But there's still a bit of rough work to cover. I mean, you've got Kingairloch and Laudale Cottage to do on the Friday. So there is still a bit of moor work to do, but there is it's actually quite a good spectator day on the Friday as well, because a lot of the sections are near the side of the road, like WDs and Glenouig, etc. So you can park your car up and walk into the sections quite easily. And of course, the big favourite on the Friday is usually the Piper's Burn. I'm sure it's back in this year. I haven't looked at the route for Friday yet, but I'm sure all these sections will be picked up as we go along. Clerk of the course, Jeff Horn. This is his final year as Clerk of the course of the Scottish 6 Days trial. This will be his 11th trial, I think it is. And I'm reliable will be local man David Dignan of Dignan Technical Services. He'll be taking over the reins of Clerk of the course for the 2023 Scottish 6 Days trial.
Who we need to thank for the gazebo we're sitting under, is that correct?
Yes, that's right. He gave us a loan of the gazebo so that we kept drying. It's been very welcome.
We needed that
today.
last couple of days.
Yeah, last couple of days it's been very good. So it's, yeah, definitely a good piece of kit.
Just keeping the gear and everything out. And us dry, more importantly.
More to the point, yeah.
But no, it all makes that difference. It is 8 minutes to 11. From 11 o'clock on Never Showed you'll have David Green, who's been sending some pictures and videos in. He's one of our presenters. He'll be in the studio right now, is that right?
That's good. Say hello.
Hello.
Hey, David, how are you?
Not too bad, sorry, I was just listening to you guys and the bikes. It's quite nice.
No, so we were watching the videos and that, which you sent in on Monday, and I had some other ones down from Parc Ferme yesterday, didn't you, on your sites?
Yeah, we did.
Really good pictures, really nice to sort of catch up and see what you're seeing.
Aye, and I'll be out taking videos tomorrow. Plan is to go to Papa Glencoe, so hopefully we'll send more.
Very good. And you're up from 11 through to 1?
Yeah.
That's right, that's on your Wednesday.
All right.
See, that's what happens.
Is he on the radio tomorrow?
He's not. He's on the radio today. After
today, after this.
In literally 7 minutes.
So I'll be listening to him when I'm heading south.
Yes.
Oh, good. Right. Okay. Hi, David.
Hello. How are you?
Later on today, we've got the Lochar High School in.
That's correct. I'm trying to remember Harrison and Fraser, I think it is.
Good.
From 7 o'clock tonight, there's some more old duffers back on myself. Mrs. W, a bit of country music.
I've just twigged. I have met David before. Yes, I do know who he is now. I've got a face in my mind now. Yep, got you.
I met you last year in the virtual SSDT.
I was, but before that as well. You came into the studio. That's right. Aye, that's right. That was it last year, was it?
Yeah, that was last year.
Aye, I'm sure I met you before then as well.
Canlock a couple of times, yeah.
That's right. There we go.
It's like old pals catching up, isn't it?
Everyone's met John
It's
Moffat
an age
before.
thing.
Yeah, everybody knows
With
John
me.
Moffat. I've got a tattoo somewhere. I'll show you somewhere. Yeah, John Moffat was here.
Aye.
Well, maybe not.
My ear.
Maybe.
John Moffat's ear.
Right, so it's quite an exciting day coming up for the 6 days trial. The weather is turning much nicer. It's a lovely shot down that loch. I don't know whether our camera person can get the sort of Corran Narrows down there. Sun beating off the mountains and
It
hills.
is.
See,
South of Fort William right now, it seems to be where the sun is, just round about the Corn Ferry.
yeah, if you're a bit of an expat and moved away, that's what you're missing today here in Fort William. So it's been a bit bleak most of the morning, but it's brightening up.
Yeah, we've had an expat on this morning, Hugh MacDonald. He's an expat. He lives in Australia.
Yeah, which is always nice to catch up with people. And I say, wherever you are in the world, it's great to have you there. And I say, thanks for joining us and actually choosing us to listen to and watch to.
Absolutely right.
That's such a word. Watch to.
Watch to.
We know where we're going. So anything else to just finalise at the studio? Any more last-minute text tweets?
No, I'm just scanning through stuff. I think we're all up to date. We've gone through all the shouts and messages and everything else. I say Charles UK have tweeted a lovely picture of you two doing your thing.
Oh, have they?
Which is pretty
good.
cool.
Oh, can we bring that on the screen?
I don't know. I think we might need a bit more time to sort that out.
That's Nigel Pearson of Trials UK down in
That's when he
Leeds.
was taking me out. He actually scared the life out of me. The flash went off in my eye and he was sort of peering.
Oh yeah, I noticed that. Yeah, that was Nigel.
That
I didn't
caught me.
realise who it was because
No,
I was
no,
facing.
He
I
just
thought I was
gave me that
facing the wrong way.
smile.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Got ya. Yeah.
But they do turn up, and we've had a bit of press coverage recently. So it was in Trial Magazine UK. They did a big spread on us.
Well, there's been Trial Magazine have done something, but also Trials Motocross News
Yes.
is the one that did it recently, which was a
In there as
6-page
well.
spread which was put together or covering the years that Nevis Radio has been covering the Scottish 6 Days Trial, and it has been the only media covering the Scottish 6 Days Trial for quite a few years.
I also turned up in Le Harbour Life as well.
Yes, that's right. There was an article that was put together by Ian Ferguson.
Yes.
I think it was. Yeah.
Yeah, a good follower of us in Australia. A lot of history with us.
I know. Yeah.
Lady goes to talk to you.
She's wanting to talk to me,
I don't know.
or want to talk to.
Do you want to talk to her?
Talk to her.
You
Why
got a
not?
couple of
I've
minutes,
got a couple of minutes.
Go on.
We have here with us Mika DeVos, who has been the secretary of the Scottish Six Days Trial for a number of years, now retired from that job, but not retired from the Scottish Six Days because she's officiating this year and doing the final time control. You enjoying it?
Yes, I always enjoy it. It's they're long days, but it's a good crack at the end with the riders, and you get to know them, and yeah, it's good fun. It's good fun.
And of course, you've been pinched by the Inverness and District Club to do the secretary of the meeting job for the Highland Classic 2-day in June once again.
Yes, and I do enjoy that. Do the signing on and the results, and yeah, it's a hefty weekend, but enjoyable. So that's good.
Got to keep your hand in, Mika. Can't
Yes.
let you go to stale or whatever you do.
Yeah, I know. But that's all I do, and it's more than enough. It's age-wise. It's telling you that you have to slow down, and that's it.
That's it. But you have retired from teaching, of course, because you were a maths teacher, weren't you?
Yeah, I was a maths teacher for 35 years, and I retired 9 years ago, and I still have my dab hand in some tutoring and stuff, only for friends and family now, and I enjoy that because it keeps your brain ticking over.
Don't stagnate.
No, definitely not. No.
Well, we're talking about Sammy Miller today. He's 88 and he still gets up to work every day. He's lying in his bed just now with a serious chest infection, so but he gets up every day. 88-year-old still working.
Well, you have to keep going, because if you're going to sit in front of a telly when you're retired, that's not a good life. I've picked up my sewing hobbies again and extended them, and still try to improve myself on what I used to do, and that's really enjoyable.
Yeah. And you make quilts as well?
I make baby quilts, I make big quilts, I sew clothes as well. And of course I've got 4 grandchildren who I see on a regular basis and still look after, especially one of them a couple of days per week after school.
Yeah. Now, was there many late on Monday?
It was tight. I didn't really exactly calculate if they were late, but it was tight, yes. Hence, I think that's the reason why they got some extra time yesterday, because the mileage yesterday was roughly the same as on Monday. So they were given an extra half an hour, and I think for a lot of people that was better, because for some I calculated roughly the time, and they only had like 15 minutes spare coming in, so they needed that extra time anyway.
Yeah, it's a perennial problem, the 6 days, getting the timing right, because the climatic conditions can affect the route as well, can't it?
That's it. And there was a hold-up to start on the Cordon Ferry. There was an accident, so the police stopped riders, and that all goes into account. We cannot control the weather or the road conditions or whatever. That's the case.
So anyway, we're just about wrap up for the day, and thank you very much, Mika DeVos, for coming in to see us.
Okay, thank you. See you later.
Well, it's good catch up with Mika. We were down here on Friday. She was the very first sort of official I saw down. She goes, yeah, it's really good to be back.
Yeah.
It's good to be back, and that's the main story, isn't
and
it?
a lot of experience with Mika, not just live experience. I mean, this experience of Scottish 6 Days Trial, having been a secretary of the event.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can I just butt in quickly? Last minute shout out on the YouTube feed from Jax Lawson saying good luck to Annie Chilton in the background, and also Russ Rooksby.
Brilliant. Yeah, I know Jack. She comes from near, oh crikey, I've forgotten the name of the place now. I've forgotten the name of it. Northeast, near Teesside. Teesside, let's call it Teesside.
Must be a song about it somewhere, I'll look it up for you.
Yeah.
And that's been Nevis Radio. It's been day 3 on Wednesday, the 4th of May. It's been great to be with you. Sponsored by Michelin Tyres, Trial Magazine, Thistle Access, Highland Council, Dale Down There, and Lockhill Net. We'll be back tomorrow doing it all again on day 4.
Certainly will.
Stay tuned to Nevis Radio. We'll take you through this Wednesday.
From 96.6 to 102.4 FM.